we'll be making sure that each group has at least one, but one of the things that is important for us to start looking at on the periodic table is some of the way that it is organized. And because the organization is something that's really helpful for us. Look along the top of your periodic table and you will notice some Roman numerals. You'll notice that with the table that we're using, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 0. You guys see those at the top?
Mm-hmm. I've always had a question. Why was there 0?
Well, today, by the end of class, we'll probably understand that better. Okay? The numbers across the top are called the group numbers. I think it is actually marked that way somewhere at the top of your periodic table.
Yeah.
You might want to make note of that if you don't see it, circle it or something. It's important to know the difference between the different numbers that we're using when we refer to the periodic table. So group numbers are across the top. One of the sets of numbers is not marked on your periodic table, so I want you to go ahead and mark that today. Along the side, we have what are called periods. So each row is called a period. The first one is the one that includes hydrogen and helium. This table is set up slightly differently than yours because where is hydrogen on your periodic table? Right. So it's right in the middle, and as we learn about the properties of hydrogen, we'll understand why the people who put this table together decided to put it that way. Group number 2 is the row that starts with lithium. So mark each of the rows going down, but don't mark the 2 rows at the bottom. We'll talk about those in just a second because the other classes will have some questions around that. You can use regular numbers, Roman numerals, either one is fine. Yeah, so just starting with the row that has hydrogen and helium, that's row number 1, and then going down the side, 1 through 7. So the rows here fit actually within a different part of the table. Notice the proton number for cesium. What is the proton number for cesium? This first element of the
58.
58. This one has the proton number at the top, but the proton number in yours that's on the bottom, 58. Look around and see if you can find the element with the proton number of 57.
No.
Oh, right.
Yeah, no.
Wait, yeah, it's on
Lanthium?
85.
Cesium, the row with cesium really belongs right here after lanthium. And the row below it belongs right here after actinium. But what happens is if we stick those in there, all of this gets bumped down. And all of a sudden we have something that really doesn't fit well on a piece of paper. So one of the big reasons, one of the major reasons that this is down here is just to make it where we can print it in a way that's easy for us to work with. Okay? We're not going to work a lot with these elements in this particular class. If you take a full year of chemistry, you'll get a little bit more into those than we will here. But it is important for us to recognize the different names for the rows and the columns. So the columns across the top, what are they called? Groups. The rows down the side, what are we calling those? The periods. We're going to work today to determine, you'll be working in your investigation group and you'll be given 4 elements. With those 4 elements, you're going to see if you can find what is the pattern among those 4 elements. In order to find the pattern, you're going to apply some of what we've already been working on. So,